Okay, next is Rey's flying capabilities. Alright. Yeah, we know she scavenges old, spaceship parts. We know she's familiar with spaceship parts. She drives an old beat up land speeder. But being a junk collector or even being a mechanic and then driving an old beat up car doesn't make you an accomplished fighter pilot. Sorry, it just doesn't. I mean, they had that throwaway line saying that she's flown ships but never left the planet. Now, I think everybody knows that that line was just kind of thrown in there to explain the unexplainable, but whatever. Let's just take that line seriously, you know? So how is it that some street urchin, and because it appears she grew up on the streets, how is it that some street urchin who has either never flown a spaceship or who has flown it but has never left the planet, who has limited flying experience, is able to fly the Millennium Falcon as well as, or even better than its owner of years, Han Solo. Han Solo was the captain of the Millennium Falcon, and as we all know, the ship's captain always knows his ship like the back of his hand or the back of her hand. So how is it that this Rey character, who has only been in it one time, knows where every little dial is, knows where every little lever is, knows where every little control is, and can fly it better than Han Solo? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, not even Luke Skywalker appeared to be able to fly the Millennium Falcon. That scene in A New Hope where he says, "What's that flashing?" That tells you that even he didn't know how to, fly every spaceship that was out there. And we learned from the movie that Luke was a pilot already, because earlier in A New Hope, Ben Kenobi tells Luke, "I've heard you become a pretty good pilot yourself." So we already know he's a good pilot. Now, I know what fanboys are going to say. They're going to say, well, it was the Force. The Force helped her. It's like, you know what? Yeah, the Force this, the Force that, whatever. I mean, the Force is being used as a cheap excuse for every little inconsistency in this movie. You know who else had the Force? Luke had the Force. And even he didn't know everything about the Millennium Falcon. So Luke had the Force. Luke was a pilot. He doesn't know everything about the Millennium Falcon, but Rey does. Get the hell out of here. Oh, well, Rey, she's a junk collector. She's the gearhead. Well, you know what? So was Luke. That's why he wants to go to the Toshi station to pick up some power converters. So Luke is the gearhead. Luke has the Force. Luke is the pilot. He still didn't know everything about the Millennium Falcon, but Rey does? Explain that to me. Explain that to me, fanboys. The Force, yeah, whatever. I can hear the other fanboy argument too. Well, maybe somebody taught her. Well, no. The answer is no. You know why? Because the movie itself tells us. When Finn asks Rey, "How did you do that?" she responds, "I don't know." So clearly, if she was taught, her response would have been, "Oh, you know what? It's just a little trick I learned from my flight instructor." But nope. When Finn asked her how she did all that expert flying stuff, she's like, "I don't know." So fanboys are stupid. So let me see if I understand this. Okay, let me break this down. An orphan girl, we know she's an orphan because her parents abandoned her. An orphan girl who has no money. We know she's broke because she's got to scavenge to get those little packets of food. So an orphan girl who has no money for flight academy or for any formal training on how to fly. An orphan girl who's broke and has no friends either, because we never hear about her friends. With Luke Skywalker, we knew he had friends. He wanted to go with his friends to the Toshi station. His uncle says you can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. We know he has a friend because he meets Biggs Darklighter later in the movie when they're fighting the Death Star. But this person, Rey, an orphan girl who has no money, no family, no friends or relatives to teach her anything, like piloting the ship, she somehow learns how to fly a ship. But not only that, she becomes an ace fighter pilot who can outfly, outmaneuver, outsmart professionally trained fighter pilots from the First Order. Are you freaking kidding me? Some junk collecting scavenger who's behind the wheel of the Millennium Falcon for like a minute can already master all of the controls she's never flown before. She can do turns. She can do all these twists. She can do these barrel rolls inside an old Star Destroyer. She can do these mad, crazy 90-degree turns and then destroy 3 professionally trained TIE fighters in the process. Are you freaking retarded? Are you kidding me? And fanboys can look at the scene and they'll tell you with a straight face that Rey is not a Mary Sue? Are you serious? Do you think we're that dumb? When I saw that scene where she's flying the TIE fighter and outmaneuvering all the TIE fighters, I'm just like, this movie sucks. This movie's getting worse all the time. And people just eat this up. People think The Force Awakens makes sense and it's a good movie. People think J.J. Abrams is a good director. And people are looking forward to J.J. Abrams doing Episode 9. They can actually look at Force Awakens and all the inconsistencies and then think he's going to do a good job with Episode 9. Fanboys are nuts.